All right, this is Randalicious. Welcome to the 25th Hexis podcast, and let's get it started. I'm Randalicious, and I'm the leader of Hexis.
I'm Trance. I'm rank 28 cooking.
Trickool, I'm a general in Hexis.
I'm TheAbyss, recruiting Hexis, going for max total.
I'm Oslo, and I'm rank 26 overall, and I'm from Norway.
Ace2cool here, number 1 overall Smith XP in the game, and also going for max.
All right, so first thing we got, some of you may know, I've recently been partnered on Twitch, and one of the perks of that is being able to create a Twitch group. So I have done that, and we have got the Hexis Twitch team, and it's going to be a list of pretty much just everyone in the Hexis community, whether it be a smiley or member who streams. Still working on getting everyone added to that, but that is kind of the whole shebang with that. Then I had a question. Do I think I will be subject to streamer favoritism now? And I think I've already had a whole lot of streamer favoritism. You know, Lumberjack in 38 minutes, Cal Fight Head in 29 kills. Nothing else. I've really done nothing else. It's been RNG based, so I've been very blessed with the luck that I've had so far. Streamer favoritism is real though, boys. But let's get it going with so the devlog recently came out, and we have a poll on it right now. But in the devlog, it talks about the max cape, and the max cape can take on best in slot capes like a fire cape, god cape shit. And the default version of the max cape will have all 23 skill cape perks. Once you use once you use a fire cape on a max cape, you won't be able to get that shit back. So you would have to have like a separate max cape for a fire cape and a separate max cape for a skill cape perk cape. You know what I'm saying? And as of right now, it's passing pretty easily. How do you guys feel about the path that they have chosen with the max cape?
I really like it. This is actually, I don't want to call it my idea, but it was my tweet to Ash that said, you have the max cape have all 23 perks, and then if you want to use a cape on it to copy the stats, then it loses all the perks, and you gain the stats of the cape you use it on. And yeah, this is completely not overpowered. Some of the skill cape perks are overpowered, but that's not relevant to this because it's a separate question. So yeah, I really like this path. Yeah, I really.
So I would personally prefer the max cape to be like the RS3 one, which basically has the same stats as fire cape but like 10 prey bonus. But I'm satisfied with how the Jagex team handled this situation, and yeah, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I'm feeling the same. I think it's a good idea. It's just going to give everybody that's got a max cape to have major bragging rights while they're doing their Slayer, whatever they want to do in the game. You can sort everything out with it. And then with the skill cape perks, it definitely can't be overpowered because you're only going to be using one at one given time anyway. But obviously, like Trance said, some of the skill cape perks are a bit over the top, but that's for a different question anyway. But overall, I'm quite glad that they're actually paying attention to it and giving everybody that has put the effort in bragging rights, in short. Yeah,
the way it's going good. The way they're doing it and having adding the capes to it, I would have done the same thing if it were me, adding the fire cape and stuff like that to the cape.
It definitely makes sense for a cape that just signifies that you've got all 99s to give all the perks offered by the various capes of achievement. Personally, quite happy with what they're doing so far in regards to the max cape. Actually gives incentive to people to buy it and wear it, rather than just buy it and let it rot in the bank or in the cape rack or whatever, because it's pretty useless at the moment. I think some of the perks do overlap. A would be good for certain skills, but I can't remember them off the top of my head. While saying all this, that I'm in favour for it, I've still not voted for them because you can't go through the site anymore, and I can't be going to a polling booth.
Oh,
So
that's huge. That's huge. I will
they've
no
lost-
longer
they've
be
lost
voting.
my votes.
Yeah, they shouldn't have changed that.
I know Trance tweeted out that he'd never be voting again.
Yep, I will
I'm
never vote
voting
again.
Yeah, me neither.
It'll be interesting to see the actual change in amount of voters after this.
Yeah, I really like that this is what they're doing with it. I mean, it's a nice balancing way of having it, but not looking forward to spending another 2.3 mil on getting another max cape just to use it as a fire cape, but you know, I will. Why did they make this now? I don't remember them saying anything. Why was this change made to where we can no longer vote on the website?
It was pulled a long time ago.
Yeah, like
Did it
nearly
pass?
6 months ago, I think. Oh yeah, of course it did.
But the reason they did it was to make... If they ever add an abstain option, they have to do this. Or
Well, if I was gonna abstain, I wouldn't fucking vote in the first place.
It said on the bit like the end of the news of the, what was in the update. They removed it because it's harder for them to find out like details about your account, and if there's add restrictions to voting on certain polls, they won't be able to enforce that by voting through the website or something.
But they're doing the abstain option as well, aren't they? Because you have to vote on all of them if you are to vote at all. So say there's something you want to vote on personally, that there's one thing you want to and the rest you don't. You just want to abstain from. You can't do that at the moment. So I can sort of understand where they're going with that, but removing it off the website is kind of silly in my opinion.
Okay. Are you guys planning on buying an additional max cape as a fire cape?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, me too.
If
Yeah.
ever get round to slaying, maybe. But for the most part, I don't really need one.
It's somewhat of a decent form of a GP sync for the few who
Not
are able
really.
to buy it. Well,
No.
it's gonna take out
100 people spending 2 mil? No, that's nothing. That is nothing.
That's
It's only
better
like
than some
140
other dumb
mil.
shit that's already
That's
in
a
the
penny.
game. Alright, are you guys mad that it appears as if we will never be able to customize the colors of it the way we want it?
I'd rather have this than cosmetic shit.
Yeah, I
You
agree.
can't have both. You can't have both because then you could have an orange max cape and people think you have a fire cape, but you actually have the skill cape perks.
Well, you see, I think that's just a stupid as fuck excuse. Like, oh, we want to know what cape. Who gives a fuck what cape they are wearing? You're rarely gonna
I
find.
do.
It's that shit to me is just I can't accept that as an excuse as why not to customizing the max cape. Fuck the PKers. There are very few people. There are very few max players who PK, and if so, who gives a fuck what cape they're wearing? That should not affect the fight at all.
They're not going to risk
You
a
knowing what
max
kind of cape
either.
they have? Fuck out of here. I just cannot accept that as an excuse.
There's also something on that, I don't know if we talk about it later or not, but like, it said something like, the Maxcape would give Ava's accumulator effect if you were 99 ranged.
What?
Or
Yeah.
you could use an Ava's accumulator on your Maxcape and only get that effect.
No, you
It
get the
just makes you
stats
think-
though. You get the range bonus
Oh,
and the effect.
alright. Is that what it was meaning to do? I thought
But
it was just
people will
like
still
something
use.
they haven't looked at.
You'd have to
People
pay
will
like
use
2
the-
point. You'd be better off
you
just
pay
using
that?
the accumulator.
No, because the default max cape, when you're PVMing, you'll get the Holy Wrench effect, so you'll save an inventory space. Like I think the Holy Wrench effect and the Ring of Life effect and the teleport option and the Avas, I think all of that is better than
That
getting a little bit of range
construction-
bonus.
The construction perks
Oh, it's going to
are
be beautiful for me.
amazing.
What is it?
5 free teleports a day to any of the house portals, so you won't have to do Nomad Zone for scrolls of redirection for farming anymore.
I'm extremely happy about that.
The only reason I'm going to wear one.
Oh yeah, for Taverley and Brimhaven.
Yeah.
But
It's
that
incredible.
ruins old school feel.
Hey, we'll discuss that later on, alright?
Hey, they are giving us some more old school feel to counter that.
But at what cost, Randy?
Exactly.
All right. Another noteworthy thing that was in the podcast was, I'm sorry, the dev blog, was Zulrah scale fishing, which will require 87 fishing and 72 cooking, and it will supply a whole lot of Zulrah scales. It's currently passing as well. Do you like this idea? How many scales per hour do you think this will be? And will it affect the GP per hour of Zulrah much, do you think? Also, what kind of effect will this have on dark crabs? Because, hold on, stay with me on that one. That's a very AFK thing that makes a lot of money. If this is almost on the same level, people would probably do this as opposed to dark crabs. But alright. What's everyone's opinion on this? Take it away, Hazel.
So, I predict it to be similar to dark crabs, which is like 500, 600k an hour. And Zulrah scales are like 150 or so at the moment. So you would probably get like 3 or 4k scales per hour. And that is actually the same you would get from Zulrah. So basically, like, I think it would also make Zulrah scales crash, because it will be, well, if there are as many fishers as people killing Zulrah, it will be twice as many scales coming into the game. So there will definitely be an excess of them. But I like the idea, because I think Zulrah is way too overpowered.
Yeah, I reckon they're gonna do sort of like per catch get like 5 to 10 Zulrah scales or something silly like that, and then eventually the price is gonna go down. So I really don't feel that it's gonna affect dark crabs that much, as they use a lot with PK. So I still think people are still gonna catch that, and it depends how AFK they make the Zulrah scale catching itself, which obviously hasn't been discussed yet. So it's just all about seeing how it's gonna go down, but it's obviously gonna affect the price of Zulrah scales, and couple of weeks or months time it will obviously be a lot more steady GP per hour, and we can give a more, what's the word I'm looking for, more accurate perspective of what actually is going to go on with it. But it's just sort of like an only time will tell sort of thing.
I know they've been toying around with what to do with the cost of Zulrah scales. Really, there's loads of different things that have been proposed to sort of bring more of them into the economy and sort of artificially tamper with the price. So they had that thing where they were going to make it so you could use whether you wanted the blowpipe or the visage or anything, or you wanted the scales if you used like a chisel on it that failed. They toyed around the idea of making it so you could hunt the snakes and skin them for the scales. And now they're doing this fishing thing. A lot more risk-free than dark crabs if you were to do them. I don't know how long they'll stay as a viable method. There's a guy fishing with me at the moment who's here for the sole purpose of getting 87 so he can do this, so definitely will be a lot of people, attempting it when it comes out. Maybe new alt territory? I'm not sure though. I mean, the barriers to, the requirements for it are relatively low, and the GP might be decent if it's
a lot
pretty
lower than
AFK.
It's a lot lower than dark crabs.
Yeah, and it's risk-free because you're not in the wilderness. I know you could just use something flash on you if you wanted to, but I think it'll be alright. Hope it doesn't establish a new meta for fishing though.
I cannot imagine it being the best XP.
Hey, never say never.
Hey, well, I imagine that you'll have to fish the eels and then cut the eels and get scales off the eels. Maybe cutting the eels is 2 ticks and you can 2-tick Zulrah.
Or maybe they can make it so Zulrah scales are edible and you can 3-tick Zulrahs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you would wish.
Or you could just use a hat. I mean, shh.
But yeah,
Your
another
nine-way
thing with
switch.
this is you don't have to bank, I think. Because I think
If they're stackable,
Yeah,
yeah.
they stack.
you stack the Zulrah scales and you just use a knife on the eel, I imagine.
Depends
Yeah,
where you're going to be able to fish them, though. Have they said where they're going to
like in the
put the spot?
swampy Zalandra part.
Oh, okay, that's alright then.
Yeah, so it could
They
be
just have to stay there.
could be pretty good.
Yeah, it'll be depending on like the first like week would depend on how much the price of everything would be to see what's going on. Basically, time will tell.
Got to be careful with all the smokes in the swamp. Maybe that could add some risk to it.
Do you guys like this? So as Trickool mentioned, they've tried recently on trying to add in more scales, and that's failed with the like using a chisel on what, or like pretty much just getting it through like a fang and visage. Do
I
you
like the
like
fact that
this?
they're brainstorming it.
Do you like this idea better than the ones that they've recently proposed?
Yeah, adds a bit more diversity to fishing, I guess. Makes it a bit more interesting for the average player because they can just see the GP they make from it, and then they're more likely to go train their fishing. But yeah,
Someone said you gotta cook them to get the scales out. I don't know if that's true. You need a cooking level to cut
Yeah, I think it'd be to cut them. Or
barb
skin
fish
them or
too.
something.
The same thing here.
Yeah, I imagine it being identical to barb fishing. One thing I also have for you guys, again, on related to this topic. So they originally, Zulrah used to shit out tons of scales. I remember I bought like 500k of them or so at like 25 each the first week of release. And now looking at it and everyone's complaining how there's not enough scales, do you think they maybe shouldn't have nerfed how many scales it dropped back then?
I think that was more of an attempt to sort of, I don't know. I still think they're taking the wrong direction with
because
it.
it would mean that they could.
Yeah, I mean,
just avoid
using
this obstacle
using
altogether.
hindsight, what do you think?
I just think the whole release of Zulrah was just stupid.
Yep.
As
I would
much as
have to
love
agree with
it,
that,
there was
Trickool.
I just don't. There's nothing really for it. It's risk-free. Teleport right there. There's no, there's no risk or anything with it. And then the drops are amazing, and it just seems a bit stupid. I know they've nerfed it recently. I don't know if we discussed that as well, and how it's affected all the markets we love so much. But I just think if they spent a little more time on it, rather than just sort of, here's an awesome thing that looks cool, that shits out everything, what more could you want? If they spent a bit more time on it, it'd be a lot more balanced and we wouldn't be having this conversation and the problems that we have with it.
All right, so my opinion on it, I like it. Not really any reason other than just initially looking at it and saying, I guess that's cool. So, I mean, I really don't have a strong opinion about it, but I guess it's cool. I don't know if I like this more than the unique item turn into Zulrah scale, but I mean, we'll see what they do with it. So they recently came out with some new rules. Trickool, if you want to post your Twitter link.
But for more internet points, hell yeah. Not
So
got Twitter open.
this Thursday they made a whole lot of changes to the rules, and some of the changes that they made were offensive language has been changed to seriously offensive language. Breaking real-world laws has been added as a rule. Offensive account name has been added as a rule.
Wasn't a rule back when I did it.
Real-life threats have been added. Solicitation has been added. Player harassment, I believe, has been changed to disruptive behavior. And another rule was reworded saying that buying or selling an account. So this is a big change, and we've already seen people with drug-related names having their names force changed. Even the fuck sailing was changed.
That was a manual change.
It was ahead of its time.
that was a spiteful change though. That was like
It's because I was bullying him on Twitter.
yeah.
So what is your whole take on all of these new rule changes?
I'm a bit concerned how they're gonna apply the breaking real world laws to the whole RuneScape thing. Does that mean they're gonna
you know
contact
damn well
the police and
breaking-
search our records? Like, I really don't get how they're gonna be able to.
If you're speeding, you can be if you're speeding, you can be reported for breaking that as a real life law.
Yeah, so does that mean I'm gonna get banned on RuneScape if I get caught speeding?
If you get a speeding ticket,
Like,
you're getting
license
banned.
plate and RuneScape.
Only
name,
if you
please.
admit to it in game.
Exactly. This is where I don't see a lot of thought has gone into that. It's
Fuck
just
all
a
of
bit
you.
silly.
I've got some fire. The only reason that was ever added was to justify Success's ban.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason that's been added. It will never be applied in any other circumstance apart from to justify Success's ban.
Will anyone ever be banned for breaking real life laws
I highly doubt it.
aside from what has already happened?
I really don't think they're going to go to the extent of contacting the police
Unless
in
they
other
do something at
countries. For it.
RuneFest, they'll like interrogate you and ask you what your RuneScape name is if you stop a game. There is like absolutely no way.
Yeah, no, I can't see that happening at all.
I mean, you
Yeah,
could just go.
Go on, mate.
I mean, you could just go up and just like headbutt somebody at RuneFest and just say somebody else's RuneScape name. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
hi,
like,
I'm
Look at my
Randalicious.
fucking jokes now.
yeah. I mean, it's like, hey, Trance, I came up with that
Don't steal what I
before.
want to say.
When you last on the podcast and got some fire to say but gotta wait.
Exactly.
That
Gotta
meme was
interrupt.
gold.
It's about time he's freaking last on the podcast or something. I could beat him to something.
Okay, what about
yeah.
offensive account name? Shouldn't that be seriously offensive account name?
I know, yeah.
Hey,
where
that
do you
is a
draw
good
the line?
point. That is a really good point.
Big
Hey,
Boy
man.
Ronin is not seriously offensive. It's mildly offensive.
Hey, did get
It's-
force changed.
It's more funny than seriously offensive.
It's just banter.
Mildly offensive.
I think it's funny that they changed it from offensive to seriously offensive. Like, why? The breaking real world laws, I agree that it was only added to justify what's his nuts being banned. That is stupid ass rule. No one else will ever be banned for that ever again. I'm gonna report every 10 months from now, I'll be starting at the police academy. When I start after I graduate and start pulling people over, I'm gonna ask them what the RuneScape name is, just so I can report them for breaking real world laws. I don't give a fuck.
License registration and
Real
RuneScape
world
numbers.
PMod coming soon.
I already made that joke.
Someone needs to make a meme out of that.
Oh god.
The offensive account name being added, I'm okay with that, but why is that offensive and not seriously?
to change it.
Solicitation, I guess, is like no more buying and selling girlfriends on RuneScape.
I thought that was a bit weird. I was quite confused about that
There's
one.
no need for that. It's absolutely fine.
Real life threats, I believe that is a good rule to have added. Nothing, obviously, you'd be stupid to be against that. Player harassment being changed to disruptive behavior. Wondering why the language in that was changed. I don't really have anything on the panic sell your girlfriends, boys.
Legend.
Oh, shit. That's all I got on it. What about you, Oslo?
Well, basically, I'm glad that they have made the rules more clear now, because over the past few months there have been a lot of circle jerks on Reddit because they don't think the rules are clear enough.
I do
So
like that point.
Yeah.
I think what the RuneScape rules are missing now is a little asterisk at the bottom that says terms and conditions apply unless you're a streamer, at which point, fuck it. Because despite
I
they
agree.
can do whatever
I will
they
have to
want
agree
and
with
they
that statement.
whatever. It was just stupid and I got a nice beam out of it and that was it.
That was a pretty good meme, to be fair.
Thank you.
Trance is very disappointed that his fire was taken. You got anything you wanted to add or nah?
Yeah.
Alright. So, this is I like this one. This is going to be similar to the last question just because it's kind of rule related. So, it's if at Runefest 2016, Bodhi went up to someone and headbutted them, similar to what allegedly happened at this Runefest, do you think Bodhi would get a perm ban?
Absolutely not. 100% he would not get a perm ban. Streamer favoritism to the max on that one. 2 weeks at max.
No, but at the same time, the context of a Bodhi headbutt would be very playful, probably. You know what I mean? Whereas Success's headbutt was like, literally like, I hate you, I want to hurt you. Whereas Buddy would just go up to George and headbutt him for being a slime or some shit. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
like
no, probably not. Probably not.
I pretty much agree with Trance. I don't think Bodhi would like try to hurt someone on, especially not at Runefest. So I think it would just be like for a joke or something. So definitely not ban.
Oh yeah, I don't think there'd be a chance that he would aggressively try to harm someone, but I guess he's more so being used as an example. But I don't. If someone like that did that, I don't think like. No, I don't think if Bodhi headbutted someone at Runefest in an aggressive manner, he'd be permanently banned. I don't think so.
But then there's like the argument of Bodhi's already done so. Even if he actually did it in an aggressive manner, just like Success, would you call it streamer favoritism, or would you call it like he's already done so much for the community with his charity streams and everything? It's like, okay,
That shouldn't be looked at if he's breaking a real life law.
Oh,
Should it?
completely.
okay.
You can't say you've done this in the past, so you're fine.
Hey, it's a new year, man. It's a new year.
I almost think they would have to make
Oh,
an
no one's gonna get
example
that
out
joke,
of it
are they?
again. Like, I really think that if it did come down to something like that, which is highly unlikely, it's just that they would have to do something about it just because there'd be a massive uproar coming their way afterwards. They'd have to cover their corners. I really don't think he'd get away with it unless there was a genuine good reason behind it, like if he'd got hit first or something. I couldn't see someone like Boti throwing away his whole streaming career and stuff like that over something as silly.
It would be biased because if you look at the freaking Ellie that George scammed and the way SparkMac does freaking sub giveaways for RuneScape items, it's the same freaking thing, just on a smaller scale.
Oh, while we're talking about I don't know. I'm gonna talk about this now because it came up in my chat the other day, and about George getting banned for real trading. He never really admitted to scamming it. What if, for the sake of playing devil's advocate, the reason he was banned is because sub giveaways is real world trading, and the reason the person who got the Ellie was banned was because he was the only player who they could prove participated in the sub giveaway. I don't know. It just came in my chat, and I thought it was a good point. while we're talking about the rules and stuff.
Well, having a sub giveaway is real
Yeah,
world
exactly.
trading, or
Exactly.
even like if you're following me, you can be entered into it. Like that is real. I don't think that's
Well,
the
the follow
case.
thing isn't as big a deal. You don't have to pay for a follow.
You don't have to pay for follow.
You're paying them to do something. You don't need to have a There doesn't need to have money being exchanged for it to still be. It's real world trading. Like it's still
Well, clicking a
real
follow
world
button
trading.
and taking out your credit card and giving someone $5 is not the same thing.
It's not the
Still
same.
it's still real world trading. It's
Okay.
still real world
It's still
trading
just a
though.
massive grey area though. There's like, it's all pretty fucked to be honest.
Yeah, it's a game of chance as well.
So
Well,
they're
George is
breaking.
Obviously, in the video,
breaking
you can
two
see him,
rules.
You can see him clicking off names or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, while we're talking about the rules, you know, are these giveaways rule trading or not?
I mean, technically they are, but I don't think he would be banned for that just because no one has ever been banned for giveaways like that. I mean, shit, I've even seen someone streaming before who their title was just got cleaned 30 mil for mod, and he was giving people mod in the chat if they gave him some fucking money.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Sounds alright.
And I mean that's real world trading too. But people aren't I don't think people will ever be banned for something like that. Even though it is against the rules. Alright. Moving on though, next question. Since many of us dislike the majority of updates that come to the game, how long would you play old school if they never gave it another update and you had the same stale game?
I don't know, like, I like quality of life updates more than anything that just make it more enjoyable to play the game, rather than massive updates such as Zaya, for example, which all seems a bit forced down our necks. It could be really good, but on the other hand, things like that can turn out really bad, as we've seen with previous content, such as Zulrah inflating a lot of GP into the game, etc. But obviously, the impact of that sort of thing doesn't really show itself until we see it into the game and have a couple months of it being there. But like I said, I'd just rather see quality of life updates just keep coming into the game. Just small things, make people happy. But I think as far as the general community is concerned, they want to see new and exciting content because it keeps them glued to the game. If they just keep doing the same thing every day, killing the same bosses, blah, 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 they're eventually going to get bored and then the numbers are going to drop, like we saw at the start of the game with like pre-God Wars. If they didn't release God Wars, I really couldn't have seen the game going any further. So things like that have helped the game stay alive, such as the wilderness rejuvenation and such. But it's just, I'd like to think about the majority of the game rather than myself personally, because the longer this game stays alive, the longer I can have fun playing it.
Alright, I wouldn't say that I'm against the majority of new updates. I just am not vocal about things that I'm okay with passing. Like, see, what is an update from this poll? I don't know. Most things that I'm okay with or would want, I'm not really too vocal about. I'm just really only vocal about shit that I don't like. So I guess that's just a bad way of me delivering my opinion on things. But, I mean, if we to address the question as if it never got another update, how long would I play the game? A stale game, I should say. I'd say nah. I don't think it's a stale game whatsoever because there is so much fucking content that's in this game. A lot of people don't experience everything that there is out there. And I mean, I know that I'm saying this doing fucking banking only skills, but there is still so much fucking content out there that I haven't even just looked at or even done. There is so much shit that's in this game. I would play this game for still several thousand more hours if a single update never came.
I don't know, man. I need my diary spelling fixes every week. The game, like, I think it's been like 6 weeks now where they've had like a diary in the patch notes that says fix the diary spelling error or something.
Dreamy made a list of all the diary fixes
Those are
made
pretty
since
game breaking.
release.
Try and find it. It was a list of like.
Then you can ask him.
It was
It
like
was like 60.
I thought I saw it saying 78. 78 post-release bugs that they had to fix.
Just over a year, hasn't it?
No, it came out in like
Under.
March.
Oh, was it this year?
When did it come out, Trance? Do you know?
March.
Yeah, it came out in March. 78 plus fixes so far that we know about. So I think that just reinforces that they should have released it one diary at a time for 2.5 months.
I think I would still play the still game until A, smithing became not viable anymore, or B, there was nobody to talk to while playing the game.
God knows with me, because for the past year of this game I've been using content that wasn't originally in the game, doing a very poor job preserving the old school feel. Apologies. I'm nothing but a hypocrite. I actually did find myself quitting when about the time Alkin did, just because there wasn't really anything to do. I'd got an 85 Slayer and had no other ambitions in the game. I wanted to do God Wars with my friends, but God Wars wasn't a thing, so I just sort of stopped playing. So I definitely prefer the more subtle changes to the game rather than the massive things like, for example, Zaya and all that lot. But different ways to train certain skills is all right, such like rooftop agility, like bonus XP outfits like the Angler outfit. Subtle, but I guess all right as well. I don't really know where I'd draw the line.
So I wouldn't say I dislike the majority of the new updates. I would say I'm very satisfied with all of the updates in game. If we, well, excluding Zulrah. But even if for whatever reason the JMods decided to stop updating the game, I would still play this game for years to come, because I think there's plenty of content on this game, and yeah, I don't see the need to have a lot of updates. Like quality of life updates are nice, but eventually I fear that they will update skilling and just take a look at RS3 and it's like 1 million hour in several skills. And I don't want RuneScape to go that way. So I would actually prefer that the JMods wouldn't update as often.
Yeah, totally.
That's pretty much
How
it.
much longer do you think you'd still play without any updates?
I think I would play just as long as if they did update the game. It doesn't really matter
Yeah, you're not
to me.
playing for the updates at the end of the day, are
Yeah.
you? You're playing because you like the game.
And the community.
Nah, not really.
You don't like the community? Let's see, if you didn't have TS or anybody to talk to, you'd still be doing your 9-way switch fishing?
A hat switch, a single hat switch.
Alright. This person wanted to gear it more so at Trance, but I also use it as well. But pretty much for anyone who uses AHK, how big of an effect would it have on you if no AHK or mouse keys was allowed?
Well, since they added Escape to Close Bank now, it really wouldn't do much of anything, especially since recently I was doing Agility Hunter and Fire Making, none of which benefit from using AHK, so like honestly with Escape to Close Bank, the difference is almost not even noticeable. You know what I mean? Unless you're trying to do like one tick Karambronze or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it wouldn't really affect me too much. I just sort of have to adapt to it. I wouldn't really be too bothered. I'm just enjoying it. It just basically makes it easier to be consistent and skilling. That's all it comes down to. But if I had to put in the extra effort to do it, it wouldn't be a problem. Just as Trance said, you got the escape to close bank now, so especially for rune crafting and bank standing is great. So it wouldn't really bother me too much, to be honest.
Well, I've done a fair bit of bank standing. I don't know if I would have done the bank standing at the time that I've done it. But with escapes to close bank, it definitely makes it a lot faster. Um, Currently, right now, I have to use AHK when I am fire making for switching between my inventory and my magic book, because like I play on a laptop, so my F keys are like increase the brightness of my screen,
Oh
refresh
shit.
page, um, play music, stop music, skip song, volume up, volume down. So it would have a negative effect on me right now for fire making. Uh, Maybe I would have done 200 mil hunter instead of like maybe two of the bank standing skills that I've already done because it requires no AHK or mouse keys. So I don't know. It probably would have had a slight effect. I'd be lying if I said otherwise.
It would probably affect me a lot if it got a ban or you couldn't use it anymore. But I just have to go back to how I was playing before I joined Hexis, because I only started using it when I joined Hexis, so yeah.
Is this just strictly AHK, or is it like AHK and mouse keys?
Yeah, he
Well,
said
the
both.
question was AHK, but I took it as AHK and
If
mouse keys.
AHK wasn't allowed, it'd have next to zero effect on me. I've always used AHK in like primitive way. So I have two buttons, one that goes down and one that clicks, and a right click with my mouse. So if I was to use stop using HK and use mouse keys, could it just be a case of having the control always on and everything, and it wouldn't affect me too much, I guess. I don't use it
We
excessively.
got him on record. Everybody report Trickool for macroing now.
What?
Okay, so it wouldn't affect me that much because I only started using mouse keys like a year ago. So I maxed total without mouse keys. So I would
Spoken
be
like
fine.
a true Norwegian.
Yeah, just like Westfall. But it wouldn't matter to me at all because well, it is convenient to have auto hotkeys, but I'm not dependent on it, and I wouldn't
Yeah,
really
it's
mind that. I would actually be happy.
Convenience.
I would be happy if they actually made it bannable, because the sole reason why I'm using it is because everyone else is using it, so I feel a need to use it as well.
I don't think it would be that bad if if AHK and mouse keys were just, let's just say hypothetically, if they were always against the rules, I don't think people would be too mad about I don't think I'd be mad. I'd
At
just
the
be
beginning
like,
of time, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
If it had always been like that, I don't think it'd really dictate much. But
The problem is when you add a new rule, really hard to enforce it at first. Like removing a rule is fine, but when you add a rule, like you have to tell everybody, hey, this is now not okay. And
yeah,
like I don't think it ever happened.
no.
The only good thing that could come out of it is it would just completely abolish the grey area, because there's a lot of dodgy AHK scripts out there that people get away with on a day-to-day basis, and it's it's all just, nobody really knows what's okay. Obviously we have the one-to-one as sort of a guideline, but that's about it.
What they could do is, I don't know, I mean, I don't know anything about programming, but I do know that some programs, TeamSpeak in particular, doesn't allow you to use AHK on it. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Actually.
Where
Yeah.
if TeamSpeak is your active window, AHK doesn't work. So they could probably do that with the RuneScape client if they really wanted to, and that would, you know what I mean? So,
well, more than half the players use.
well, I'm assuming it would work with OS Buddy because it still loads the same like
Oh, okay.
Case
Yeah, I
clients.
wasn't looking at it. Like, yeah.
That sounds like a nightmare. I take back everything I've said.
I'm just saying they could do it. I think.
All right. Let me move this one down further. Uh, delete that one.
Bring him home.
All right. Would you consider accepting cosmetics and microtransactions if players could individually disable seeing them, so people who don't like them won't be affected?
No. Didn't know I was first.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be a good idea adding any more microtransactions in the game. It's bad enough we had to get bonds in the game just to get free to play, to be honest. It's just literally adding more lube to it so they can carry on fucking us, like you said in the previous podcast a few months back. It's just, at the end of the day,
Beautiful analogy.
I know, right?
but,
Contain myself over here.
but yeah, at the end of the day, microtransactions, there is no need for them to be in old school, and if they do, that's probably going to be what Matt K's doing, and they're going to try and chuck it in with something else. But there's no need for it. We got plenty of cosmetic stuff in the game, especially the Clue Scroll expansion a while back, and if people want more stuff like that, why can't they just throw more stuff into Clue Scrolls or just boss drops or whatever? There's no need to add it so that they're just constantly milking us for more money.
And if the content they add is good enough, then they'll get more subscribers. You know.
Oh,
Like
completely.
the
They're
Crucible
going to make more
expansion-
money from membership.
The Crucible expansion. There's a lot of people who really fucking love to do Clue Scrolls, and I'm sure they actually made money from that expansion just because people were like, "Oh yeah, Clue Scrolls are fun. I'll resubscribe."
Yeah,
something,
dude, I completely agree. Because they are fun to a lot of people, especially the
Yeah.
ones who do Slayer, Vatican, etc. They're there to make profit, and then the Clue Scrolls add to it, blah, blah, blah. It's just, yeah, Sunray is just stupid. Don't want to see any more microtransactions, and if I do, I'm going to have to take a little trip to Jagex and have him words.
Just complain about it on the internet.
Now I'll go see them in person, mate. It's a bit more.
You might get banned though.
Oh yeah, actually, I best be careful with the new report button.
You'll have nothing to lose though.
Trespassing. Breaking real world laws.
For real though, like, if somebody were to actually buy a cosmetic item for real money, wouldn't they want everybody to see it?
Yeah, that's the point.
Well, let me play a little devil's. I'd pay $5 to have a purple and yellow max cape, even if I was the only one who saw it as being that color.
Only because you stream.
No,
Obsessed.
that has nothing to do with it. I would still want to see a purple and yellow max cape.
Well, then you can just like hack your client and make it so you can see it, and it's not even against the rules.
You can
It's on the
invert
client
colours.
side.
Hey, Matt, I see you watching this. I need a debug plugin, and I need a custom color plugin.
I remember Matt used to stream where like everybody on his screen
Yeah,
were,
he had
apples and
full
shit.
third age, and he was. Hey, Matt,
That's
please.
only client side, so it's like kind of fine.
But for real though, I need that debug tool. I think that this is now the whole microtrans. I'm gonna say yeah, I'd be okay with it, even like I don't know, only because I want a purple and yellow max cape. That's really all I have, even though the whole shoehorn and microtransactions. But yeah.
Well, I don't have much of an opinion regarding this. It's just that I'm not a fan of cosmetics, unless they're... Well, I'm not a fan of cosmetics if they're introduced through microtransactions, because I don't want people to have, like, not an advantage, but like,
Whack.
be able...
Hey, swag has no price tag.
Can't buy swag. You just gotta.
$4.99.
But also, like, you know, if they added cosmetic shit, it would open the door for non-cosmetic shit. Like if they ever
yeah.
add non-cosmetic shit, it'll be after they add cosmetic shit. You know, try out how cosmetic transactions work, and then, okay, this worked out pretty well. Let's do non-cosmetic.
Like the foothold, just the precedent and everything it's set, so just no to all microtransactions. Not
Exactly.
good.
All right. If the top 2 players both died or something, who do you think would be the first to 200 mil all? Also, wow, this
So
is so
EHP or
So
overall?
Vestfold and
EHP, EHP.
Okay. So
And then
obviously runes.
two-parter on that. Then
A betting man would put his money on rank 3 EHP.
that's what a betting man would do. I think Trance would.
yeah, I think Trance would, and I would also say Malthlikis would have good potential to get it because, like, his EHP is very scaled down because he did Slayer way before all of the Slayer updates.
Oh yeah.
So if he actually decided to go for 200 mil all, I think he would actually be one of the first because he plays so much, and yeah.
I know for a while he had like the most overall time played in the game. So he does put in the hours, yeah.
We all know who, Trance might get it, Bjorn might get it. One person will get it. Cap King.
Yeah. It doesn't matter when he gets it. All that matters is that he will get it.
He will get it.
But the question was the first to 200 mil.
He was
Irrelevant.
fucking shit up before you were here, and he'll be fucking shit up long after you're gone.
You know what, Trickool? That was very rude.
I want to say Razor is also a strong candidate just because of his age. He's
ripe. He's ripe.
Yeah, man.
He came fresh out of womb. He's still
He's
good. Still good to go.
rank. If you get rid of if you like downscales, he's top 15 EHP and he's 16 years old. I'm sitting here at fucking 22. He would be able to get 200 mil all by the time he's my age. So like, if he kept on the pace that he's at, I think he's one of the strongest contenders for 200 mil all if the top 2 died from like a seizure or something.
At the same time.
At the same time. I would
Well,
have to say probably Trance.
Lynx
Trance
would get to
probably be
fishing before the seizure, though, wouldn't he? So he's gonna do them out of it done.
Yeah, I'd
Too
personally,
soon. Too soon.
Sorry.
yeah, I'd personally say either Trance or Razor. They're two my books that have got very good opportunities to do it. But one underdog that I really enjoy, I'm keeping an eye on, is TMM, because the amount he's jumped up in the past 6 months is insane. If he could keep it up, he is a very strong contender, but it just all comes down to whether he burns out or not. That's why I'm
Early
keeping an
days.
eye on him.
Early days.
Yeah, exactly. This is why like he's still the massive underdog, but he has great potential to do well. But it's all quite grim, this subject, isn't it? If the top 2 died.
Yeah,
I guess I probably should have changed that to like if they quit.
Yeah, it probably would have been a bit
But
more
they submitted the question as if they died.
Dobbs will be first.
He's quit chewing tobacco, man. He's coming back.
Dobbs would have to come back. Shit, a spot's opened up.
All right. All right. Do any of you guys plan on playing Deadman mode? It's being released later this week. If so, what do you expect you'd be working on in it? Answer in the same order.
I will not play Deadman mode because I'm more passionate about like this version of Old School. And that's basically the same reason why I didn't play Iron Man either, because I want to play on this account that I'm playing on right now. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
I'm just not interested in it in the slightest.
Just wanna get your fish, cut your fish, and refish.
Don't forget
Yeah,
the
that's it.
9-way switch.
Five
Forgot
times
about the
faster than
9-way
Deadman.
switch.
I'll probably do 200 mil on it after I have all the viables done and see where it goes from that. Obviously, I'm an XP whore, so getting 5 times the XP rate is appealing enough to drag me over.
Why don't you go to RS3 then?
Cause I don't know how the fuck to play that game. I at least know I at least know how to log off on this version of the game. So I see myself doing some of it after 200 mil all is banked. So sometime in the summer next year.
Yeah, I'm personally not going to touch it myself just because I'm too addicted on my account, and I've recently tried using alts and stuff, and I don't like playing 2 accounts at the same time, so yeah, addicted to the games on my main, and that's it. Yeah, I like the idea of it. It's going to bring a lot of PKers together, so...
I'm sure I'll have a lot of fun watching people progress on
Oh,
Deadman.
completely. It's
and
going to be hilarious.
some streams of
Okay.
it. That'll be a lot of fun to watch.
I want to talk about this here because I don't think there's another question about it. And that is, Matt K said, if you use a mule on Deadman, your account will be permanently banned from every version of RuneScape.
Oh.
And I think that is ridiculous. I think you should, if they do make mules against the rules, they should just make it so that account cannot access Deadman. Like, okay, well, big deal. Deadman's just a stupid minigame anyways. It's kind of the same position they took when they stripped people of their Iron Man title when they abused the shop with their mains. It's really the same thing. And they stripped their title because they didn't really break the rules. They were just playing the game against the spirit of the game mode, which is exactly what you're doing with a mule on Deadman. You're against the spirit of the game mode. And so they should just make it so you can't play the game mode. But, like, and I think someone asked Matt K on the Q&A if it were okay to use alts on Deadman. And he said absolutely. And he even brought up an example of how you can have 3 or 4 alts all training different skills so that you will have all the resources you need. So where do you draw the line between a mule and an alt? I really, this is so ridiculous to me. I cannot understand this.
Are you surprised though that
No.
of how dysfunctional it seems?
Like, how do you differentiate an alt to a mule? Like, are you risking your account getting banned every time you trade your bank from your main to your alt? Like, I don't understand.
Like, couldn't you also argue that your main Deadman account could be like your mule? So if you had like 4 accounts gathering supplies, but you put it on one account, which just happened to be the account that you trained it on, couldn't that be argued that it's a mule because you put all of your supplies and shit on that account?
Yeah, exactly.
To kind of refute his point there. Yeah, I don't know how the fuck that even can be enforced. I don't know what the hell's going on. I think being permanently banned is absolutely ridiculous. Just don't let the account log into on Deadman because it's on like a completely different server. So
Yeah, completely separate.
It's like getting banned for breaking funnel rules.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And are they gonna change the rules of RuneScape at the bottom to say you can't use a mule for Deadman? No. So how are they gonna tell people?
16.
How are they gonna tell people you can't do it when it says explicitly in the rules of RuneScape that you can make an alt and trade between your alts freely? How are they gonna enforce this rule and tell people that it's a rule and then ban? Like, it's so ridiculous. It is so ridiculous.
Called Jagex logic.
great point. That's I think that is horrible. For those who are interested in doing Deadman, would you recommend that they should play like on a completely brand new account if they plan on using an alt for Deadman mode, just in case the system...
exactly. Yeah, I definitely would recommend that.
Yeah, I'd have to make another account if I were to play it.
I mean,
Like, imagine if like I got on Deadman on trance music and Randy was like, "LOL, trade me," and I got banned. That's basically what he's saying, and so stupid.
No, I do think it's absolutely ridiculous. Alts should not be allowed if meals are against the rules. Either I think either everything should be allowed or nothing should be allowed. When looking at this case here.
They're just going to create more grey areas again.
Oh, this is as
it's
gray as it gets.
Yeah.
It's gonna be biased towards streamers and all that shit.
Ugh, disgusting.
It'd
Great,
be really
great,
nice if
great job bringing that up because that I know damn well that was not included.
Okay, another thing with Deadman, while we're still talking about it, I think there's going to be tons of just these weird loopholes in the way it works. Like, I'm pretty sure if you're in a safe zone, like with quotation safe zone, you can still get off like one hit on somebody before a guard kills you, right? Like you attack somebody and you just instantly die to a guard that spawns, right? Pretty sure that's how it's gonna work.
I don't know exactly.
But I'm pretty sure you can get off a hit before you die. Anyways, like, you could just hit somebody with 10 HP. If you have nothing to lose, if you got cleaned, lost your whole bank, and you have nothing to lose, and you just walk up to somebody's level 3, them once and they die,
Now
you're gonna die, but then you run back and get their key.
I don't.
Yeah, but
I
they
haven't
have to
followed
skull.
Deadman closely enough.
No, the person has to be skulled. You will
Really?
skull, but you'll get their bank even if they don't have a skull.
Oh
I thought you
shit.
wouldn't you auto skull already? Wouldn't you already be skulled? Because it's Deadman mode?
What?
Now I know that they said like anyone can be attacked anywhere. That's kind of like what they said with PvP worlds. Is there going to be any like combat restriction to where you cannot attack someone?
There's no combo restriction, and I'm pretty sure you can still attack people in a bank.
I'm not. I really don't know. So
Yeah,
I
so
don't
if you
want
have
to
nothing to
comment.
lose, go buy a DDS, protect your strength, you protect your attack, you protect your hit points, and you just DDS spec level 20. I mean, it might be pretty awful experience when it gets to that point for new players. I think there's gonna be a lot of ragging accounts where people get pissed off when they lose their whole bank, but they say, okay, well DDS only costs like 40k. So I'll just try to kill somebody until I get good loot from them.
A lot of great points. It just seems like it's set up to be not fun for me, at least.
Oh my god.
I really hope that they kind of clarify everything with the alts and the meals. I think it's going to take a while before someone gets banned, but it'll be someone big, whether it's someone new who springs up and starts doing some Deadman mode or something like that. But they're going to have to like make an example out of someone and then say, all right, well, these are the exact rules since people are asking. I don't really think anything's going to be clear until someone big gets banned.
Make an example out of them.
Yeah, pretty much. Do you see now? This was asked because Trance was showing himself runecraft and Astrals a bit. I don't know if the prices are currently like that, but would you, for those who don't play on alts, would you do Astrals over Nats if they became better efficiently than Nats? Like factoring in the money made and the XP that you get.
I personally wouldn't, hence my name. I love doing TheAbyss. It's like my favourite thing to do in the game. But I know if it was to be efficient, I probably still just would stick to the double nats just because me and TheAbyss have got a bit of a love relationship, so pretty much what it comes down to. It's a lot more chilled out. Actually. But yeah, I'd still stick to TheAbyss regardless.
Okay, so I don't use alts, and I did Astrals for a big portion of my 99 rune crafting, mainly because I don't really enjoy Abyss. So the fact that Astral crafting is actually better than Nats at the moment is very good for me. So whenever I will start training rune crafting, I will definitely train Astrals.
Hopefully this is temporary.
Trance, can you link
Because-
your spreadsheet?
No. I'll try to find it. Anyways, I hope this is temporary because I really don't like doing Astrals. The only reason I even streamed it was to try to get people to do them to make Astrals crash. I wouldn't feel bad about doing Nats. But yeah, I'll still do Nats, honestly. I don't know why, I just don't like doing Astrals. They're kind of weird.
I only did Astrals from 82 to 91 and I loathed them.
All right, Ace and I use also kind of don't really qualify for the question. So moving
Wait.
on.
But I would do Nats.
All right. So do you guys see anyone sandbagging? I like that. Sandbagging their EHP, tanking, when their week's opponent has them on their team. So, like, right now, week 1, Trance and I are playing each other. Like, do you see let's say I just purposely tank. I'm starting for Trance.
No, you are not starting.
Good.
You are not starting. You're benched.
Good.
What?
Benched.
You
You're
benched him?
benched.
Good. I'm going to be gone Saturday and Sunday. I gave him a heads up. But let's say, for example, I said, all right, I'm doing 70 hours, but then I just did like 25. Purposely, like, or let's say I went out of my way to just not get EHP. Do you see someone doing anything like that in the fantasy EHP or not?
Yeah, aka panel, first week against me.
I really don't know, but I would hope that no one would do that because I think that goes against like the nature of this AHP tournament. I want everyone to do their best, especially when they're not benched. And like if they tell their coach that they are going to play, for example, 90 HP, and then they like, I don't know, do like 20 HP, I think that's very immoral. And I really hope
if they
no one
knew
does it.
that if they knew that they were only going to get 20, you're saying?
Well, if they said that they were going to do, for example, 80 or 90 HP, and then they purposely don't do that and play like 20 hours, I really hope no one does that.
I think that makes it more fun.
Yeah, same.
Nah.
And to be fair, like a true fantasy, doesn't really supposed to interact with the players.
Yeah, like you never know. You never know. I mean, obviously, we're trying to replicate fantasy football.
Yeah.
So like you can never predict what someone's gonna do in a game. You can't be like, all right, hey, Adrian Peterson, what are you gonna do this week? Oh, I'm gonna get 300 yards. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You know, like it's a little different.
But the most I would do is like purposefully log out 5 hours and 59 minutes before the comp starts. Wait, no. Okay, if I was playing against a team that had me, I would purposefully log out 1 minute before the comp starts. I would
Yeah.
do
There
that.
you go.
So
This-
they get stored.
This is what I'm. This is
Yeah.
what I'm doing this week for Trance.
You're benched. You're not doing shit.
Well, good,
Ooh.
good. I'm still doing it anyway in case you change your mind, because I'm still putting up more than whoever the fuck you replace me with. I'll put up
No, you're
50
not.
hours in 5 days.
That's not more. That's not more.
Who you got?
Don't worry about it.
Your team's about to get. Your team's still. Your team's still about to get bodied though. I got some overinflated EHP from Runes coming in. I got fuck Finbar in my starting lineup as well. Recently added to the squad.
That's an offensive account name. I'd
That
like it
is
to be
a
forced
seriously
change.
offensive account, man.
You're gonna get that guy
I'm trying to get him
reported.
banned. Everybody report fuck Finbar. That is offensive. He should be banned.
Report him to Ronan immediately.
My squad's going hard. Easy one. No, this is almost like a bye week for me.
It's almost
But
like a bye week.
I think people will, not to the extent that Oslo was perhaps saying, but I think people doing it the way Trance explained would be, yeah.
I just want to say that My snipe on Oslo was the best acquisition this league ever see.
Oslo, how long do you plan on keeping it up?
I'm planning to play throughout the whole league.
70,
Also,
70-hour weeks.
Well, yep.
yeah, probably. And
That's a third round draft that I
That's
sniped.
a third rounder.
That's
Yeah.
that I sniped out as a free agent.
Yeah.
That's huge. That is huge.
I also think I will do some Astrals
Oh
because
yeah. Oh.
they're efficient
Oh.
now, but I will not do it the first week because I want to do some PP first.
Fine. We don't need to be
Um,
Randy. We don't need to be Randy.
Smack
yeah.
talk on here already.
Randy's already beaten.
Nah, he's already accepted the L. That's all.
Yeah. All right. Scoreboard.
It's 0-0.
It's 0-0
Exactly.
right now.
All right.
Yeah, I doubt anyone's going to go to a crazy extent like drop from 70 to 20 or whatever, like, because they're just damaging themselves at that point. But it'd be interesting to see the people that don't pre-log and stuff just to fucking mess with the other teams and stuff. But it'll be interesting to see how it unfolds. That's the whole point of it, isn't it, at the end of the day?
Probably gonna have to put up some 30 hours this week.
I just want to say that Randy did his 30-hour the day before.
Hey man,
I played
hey,
him.
my girlfriend went to fucking Alabama for a goddamn wedding, and this is the first weekend I've had free all school year. I spent all my time Thursday doing my fucking homework to prepare. This was the first opportunity I've had to do a 30-hour in a while, and I took advantage of it. That's not me sandbagging or anything. That's just the way it is.
Fishing sharks.
All right. What do you think about people with a lot of influence trying to push for a divine to be added?
Yeah, I'm not particularly impressed about it, but it's sort of always something that's hung around in RS anyway, because obviously people with a big following are going to be able to push ideas into their viewers' heads a lot easier than just your average player, so to speak, would. But it would be nice not to see things like that, because it almost seems the second anything like that gets mentioned by a popular streamer / YouTuber, it instantly gets talked about by the JMods. But say somebody that's not known by anybody wants to ask a suggestion, it's highly unlikely that's going to get spoke about. It's just the whole streamer favoritism thing going, and again, it'd just be nice that everybody's having equal right in what goes into the game, what even gets mentioned. Because what gets brought up in the in the Q&As has a massive effect, because it does get people thinking about it. Like, whereas before, if they didn't mention it, they wouldn't have, start bringing it up so much, or wouldn't even get heard about it, but at the moment, it's just one of those things, is how it goes, but it would be nice just for everybody to have an equal chance.
What I think about Sparkman pushing for Divine, he's a bit late. He's about a year plus late for pushing for the Divine, because it's never going to get repulled again. So it's just a waste of time.
I love that, now, someone brought this up in the chat. I was waiting to say it. Looked at who was answering before and knew no one else was going to. So old school only exists because of people with a large following base pushing for an update. Now, I don't think the Divine is needed. I gotta say I'm surprised that it has never been repolled after it failed its initial poll, because I know that was something that they were talking about. I don't think the Divine will really be that good in old school overall, but
What does the divine even do?
Guzzles prior pots like a son of a bitch.
yeah.
What is it? What does that mean?
Better than an Ellie.
What does Nelly do?
It
Ellie gives-
absorbs damage, so Divine absorbs even more, and it drains your prayer, so you need a lot of prayer potions.
How much more does it drain? Or how much more does it block?
I think it's 100%, and Ellie does 70%.
Wait, a divine blocks 100% damage. How
No,
often?
no,
No,
like
it absorbs 100% of the time, while Ellie does 70% of the time.
It absorbs 100% of the time, and then when it absorbs, how much does it absorb?
30%, I think.
You just straight up take 30% less damage.
Yeah.
as Brungus just pointed out in the chat, he said we don't have prayer renewals or beasts of burden. It would be extremely underwhelming. So
Would.
I mean I don't think it would be the best. I don't think it would be better than an Ellie. I mean, it may be more.
Actually use Ellie's to do stuff, or they just wear it around.
Cosmetic. Nobody really
Exactly.
uses it.
Is cosmetic or a currency?
I think it's used by a few people to PVM.
Well, yeah.
Maybe like places like Armadillo where
Armor.
you use a lot of brews.
Yeah.
Isn't Spectral better at armor for the range?
No.
I don't even know. Talking out my ass.
Stay at the freaking fishing spot where you belong.
Sorry.
But I mean, a huge reason why GE passed was because people who have a lot of influence pushed for it to pass. It was not passing the first like day or two.
Spark my push.
You know, I mean, people with a lot of influence posting about stuff like that, like, it's had a big positive impact on the game overall. It's I may have said in previous podcasts that I don't like that, but I think you really need to look at some of the good that it also does. Anyone else got any more input? All right. So, what is RuneScape to you guys? Is it a hobby, a passion, or something to pass the time, or maybe even an addiction?
I'm gonna go with all of the above.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. It's a mix of all of those things.
Damn it!
What it avoids to include, though, is a lifestyle. And that's what it is.
Oh,
That goes in
man.
the category of all of the above.
Yeah, I'm gonna go a little bit with all of the above as well. You know, it's a hobby because, I mean, I still do plenty of other things. It's a passion because I love doing it. I do it to pass time because fuck am I doing in my free time? Like, I'd be playing Xbox otherwise. I'm just passing time. And I'm addicted to having fun.
You also addicted to making some fat gains.
Oh, user has been kicked from your channel.
Right, ruin the podcast format.
I'm gonna say all of the above as well. Basically, RuneScape's always been. I've invested more time into RuneScape than I have done anything else in my life. I've played RuneScape more than I've spoke to my family members. Like, it's always gonna have a little place in my heart till the very day I
Speaking to
die.
your family members for 60 hours a week? Phew.
Oh fuck that! I'd much rather just cut trees and craft mats.
It'd be hard to talk to anyone for, well, other than the fuckers in TeamSpeak that you are already spending.
Yeah, you
They
spend
are
more time
my
talking to the
family.
fuckers on TeamSpeak than you do your family. I guarantee
It's
it.
so true.
Absolutely, it has to be the truth.
I've had a lot of shit at the moment saying that all I ever do is go to work, come home and play RuneScape.
Your lifestyle.
It's a fucking good life, mate. I love it.
Gotta be done.
Exactly.
All right, so what other hobbies do you guys have aside from if RuneScape is your lifestyle? Is there anything else that you have as a little hobby to help pass time while playing RuneScape? Do you maybe play any other games, or like what else are you doing when you're not playing RuneScape? Or even on the side while you are playing?
So, like, besides school, the only thing I do is basically playing RuneScape and sleeping, but I've also played a lot of Counter-Strike. Not the new version, but like the old version of it. I think I have like 4,000 hours on it. and I really did enjoy playing that, but not nowadays. It used to be a hobby of mine, and played stuff like Zombie and normal like Dust 2, and it was a lot of fun, but nowadays it's just RuneScape for me.
Sleep, eat, escape, repeat, basically. That's all you need.
I had my Ace2 Halo runs. Played a lot of Halo. Less RuneScape. Got some pretty sick 6 hours we don't want to mention while I was playing Halo.
1.4 EHP doing con. Yeah.
What skill?
Con.
The Halo games were strong, but right now, currently, I haven't played Halo in a week.
Did you buy the new one?
Down. No, I did not buy the new one.
Any plans?
Nope. Not at
Yes.
the moment. It depends on if I log back in.
You'll
to see
buy
what's
it.
going on.
You'll buy it. Shut up.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
I know it.
All right.
Other than that, I play poker right now. Gambling.
Hey, he did win $1,000 this week.
Or when you're like,
I
gotta go to
did.
work. What, you work? Yeah, casino.
Casino. Hey, I only had to go for 6 hours this week, okay?
That was a nice week of work.
It's a good 6 hour, I would say, yeah? 6 hour.
When I'm not playing RuneScape, I'm either working or at school or doing things with my girlfriend. I don't play any other games anymore. I used to play for like the first year and a half of old school. I played like about 15 to 20 hours of Xbox a week. And I'll say like last year around somewhere between like June or August, like right around the summer area-ish, I just stopped playing Xbox altogether. And I haven't really played any of that since. Do you think that one Slayer XP for every hit point a monster has is too simple? People saying that this makes it less viable to slay monsters with high defense and results in adjustments to like 5k Slayer XP as a bonus from boss tasks. Ace?
I'm confused. Hold on.
Alright,
This
well,
guy-
as he reads over it, I'm gonna say no. The simplicity of it is what makes it beautiful. It's I think it's perfect the way it is. You shouldn't get great Slayer XP per hour while bossing. It's totally fine. The reason why I love playing RuneScape is because it's just simple, and the simplicity of it is perfect for me.
Yeah, I don't know how else they could do it. How else would they do it? I don't understand. Like, what would you want them to do?
Yeah, I don't know. I
The whole
think
point of
it's
having a high defense is so that you get less XP when you kill
And you
it.
get a better drop.
Yeah.
I think it's totally fine how it is.
Yeah, they shouldn't change it.
Yeah, I also like how boss Slayer is nowadays, because when you're when you're killing bosses on your Slayer task, you have a chance of getting a pet, and you also make more money usually. And you also get less Slayer XP because you make that money and have a chance of getting the pet, so I think it's very well balanced.
Yeah, I don't really have too much to say about it. I'm happy with how it is. Like what you guys are saying, I don't really see what they would do to change it. So it's sort of like...
I think we can all agree this was a stupid question.
Yeah,
I'd
someone
say
should
that was a
have
pretty
someone
stupid
should have
question.
proofread this.
Someone
That's
should
why I
not
was
have added it.
confused.
I was too busy drinking beer, mate.
All right. What is something you'd love to see in future updates? Something original and has not been talked about on every single podcast. Let's go, Trickool. What do you
This
got?
question really put me on the spot. I haven't thought about this. Let's skip this question and we'll come back to it after this next question.
All
'Cause I don't think
right.
anybody has an answer they can give right away.
All right. We'll answer this one after this question, just because you guys couldn't think of anything. All right. If you were to find yourself on old school again and have no account, would you go down the same path as you've previously done before, or choose a different path? Perhaps maybe if you want, you can apply that to really anything. Just your gameplay style. Would you go for ranks or just be casual?
I'd probably go for ranks, but like for the first year when I played old school, I was a pretty casual. So like my overall efficiency on my account, if I made a new account, would be even better than I currently have. So yeah.
Okay, so if I somehow lost my account or if it got permanently banned, I don't think I would start playing again. I would maybe even consider playing Deadman mode, because then I would have a fresh start and can compete on high scores, but I'm so connected to this account, so if I suddenly lost it, I would be devastated and wouldn't be able to play on a new account.
I'd just generally go and be more efficient than I was. So I spent about 1.5 years killing cave horrors at the start of the game. So, yeah. I did 1,256 hard clue scrolls, didn't get one robin, no gilded, no pots, no third age, and I ended up staking all the black masks and losing anyway. So that's one thing I would definitely like to redo.
It was a spiritual experience.
It was a spiritual experience, and that is the story of how the Abyss got max melee.
I'm sure you found yourself along the way.
But yeah, I would generally be more efficient from the start out to the finish and just have my overall efficiency look a lot more impressive than having like just over 5k hours, whatever it is, actual play time and only having 2k HP. Because in reality, that's pretty bad. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm happy doing what I'm doing now, so...
I would probably quit. Just hang it up.
You wouldn't
Wait for
get
my
you wouldn't get your alt to 200 mil?
Well, I mean, I could finish my ult off the 200 mil, but the motivation would be lacked if I lost like...
I guess the question is if you were to find old school, like if you were to just
if it was
now
the first
start.
time.
Okay, if you suffered amnesia and you had to make a new account because you couldn't remember your password.
All right,
What
let's
would you
use
do?
that.
Oh, I would definitely probably do a different start. Spend way too much time in World 1, World 2 selling potions one at a time.
Keep in mind, if you suffered amnesia, you would never even remember your first experience playing.
Okay, then I probably wouldn't even play because you suffered amnesia.
Yeah,
Diving
exactly.
too deep into the
Yeah.
rabbit hole, boys.
This got a lot more existential than I thought it would. That's a good question. If you could make it, you could flip a switch and say, I will forget everything about RuneScape. Would you do it? You know what I mean? And if you flip the switch, you would never even remember that you ever liked it. Like you would just be like you know what I mean?
Okay.
My first day logging in.
You ever see the Eternal Sunshine? Like that.
Explain what that is.
It's a movie about you can have a service done to where you'll forget about your boyfriend or something. Like completely. Like you won't remember who they are in public. So it would be like that. I don't know. Be interesting.
I hope I never forget about my boyfriend.
Yeah, me too.
No, I wouldn't want to. Even though I know I've invested thousands of hours, and by the time it's done, by the end of next year, I'll have over 10,000 hours played. It's a lot of time. I don't want to forget that much of my life.
But you would I don't know. You wouldn't even remember that you forgot it. Like you wouldn't. So it wouldn't really matter. Like you wouldn't be mad. Oh, I can't remember that. Like you wouldn't.
Still though, like if I can look at it before it happening, like I wouldn't want to be missing out on what was such a huge part of
But
my
you
life.
wouldn't even
for
know
a
that you're
period.
missing out on anything. You'd be
Would
completely
you have
ignorant.
like flashbacks in your dreams to a time where you played RuneScape and it'd all come back to you slowly?
No.
Oh, that doesn't sound as interesting.
Like Memento, where you tattoo messages on yourself.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean,
Anyway.
if I was to find old school again, I don't know what the hell I would do. I don't think I would like if I were to find it today for the first time. I don't think I would play for ranks because of how
This should be a movie.
much more well established the high scores are. Maybe I think I probably would eventually just get all 99s because when I started playing, that was my initial goal. But I don't think I'd be going for ranks or anything like that. But for example, if I was banned, I would just quit and play Xbox. But all right, moving back up. What is something that you would love to see in a future update? Something original that has not been talked about on every single podcast.
Big Mo.
That's not really original though.
I don't know.
I would want a new agility course that's
Ugh.
not greater
Ugh.
than 70k, not greater than 70k.
My EHP.
But don't get marks of grace. You have to spend money on staminas. You have to spend money on food, and it would in some way take skill to do.
Can you make it 75?
No. No.
No way.
Like a real skill course where you have to dodge obstacles, and if you fail,
Like Flash Powder
you-
Factory in RS3.
Sure, I don't know.
Oh god. I don't even remember that. I just know that was AIDS.
Well, to be honest, I don't really like the whole ticket system. I would still want it to be lap based in a way, but I don't know. I think
Until you've experienced an Arduino agility course coma, where you just click in circles continuously for 14 hours a day, cannot say that you'd like that idea.
I'm almost top page agility. Actually, I might even be top page agility now. So I think I can say that.
Yeah. Agility comas are great.
What about you, Ace?
Are we on the future updates questions? I went AFK.
Yeah.
Some way that they would actually look at, like, when you report somebody, like, have, like, certain people that, like, they'd actually look at the reports and actually do something about it before fucking Monday. Like, waiting till a full week for
What are
something
you talking about?
So like
like a better... like
bans
a
don't
system,
ever
a
happen on the
trusted-
weekend.
A trusted, like, player system where, like, moderator, but trusted that they look at, I don't know.
You mean like a
What?
mod?
What?
Like,
What?
I don't know, just forget it. I don't know. I came back...
I wasn't
I actually know what you mean.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
that system in Counter-Strike Global Offensive where
Can
if you have
talk
played
about
the
that?
game for a lot of time, like if you have more than 150 wins, you get like a title where you can watch demos of people that are reported for cheating. And if you see that he is cheating, you can further it to the real moderators, I think.
Yeah.
So I would like that system to get it, actually.
So it's like your shit has priority in reporting.
Like they look at it. They actually look at it every time you report. Like they look at it the next day that they come on or something like that. Obviously, and stuff like that.
I personally like the game as it is, but if I was to want anything, probably not really that original, but just make every single teleport use 10 nature runes
Sounds alright.
to pump them out of the game. It's 300 each. Happy days.
400 each is... It reached 400 each in nature rune on freaking EOC before.
That will do, mate. Whatever floats our boat, that will do me just fine.
Those days were rough.
But yeah, it's
Those were the
about the
good
best I can
days of
come up
no
with.
free trade.
I'll take anything that devalues a slow skill. Shout out Matto.
You're a terrible person.
Wow.
You know,
Snitching.
they really anything that increases low XP skills, I don't give a fuck.
Define low XP.
Well, alright, let me say I would have preferred the 5% bonus from mining to be 10%. I would have settled for 15, not been mad.
Fuck it, why not just make it 100?
This is just selfish now.
Yeah, see, they could make that addition to the skill, the woodcutting perk as well. They could do it to fishing too. Sure, why not?
No, you're alright.
I'm okay with that. They could come out with a 75k agility course. That'd be okay. You know, stuff, things.
Oh, we forgot about brawlers.
I don't think that's ever been mentioned on a podcast before.
I know, Penny Pinch. Shout out to Penny Pinch.
Alright.
Hey, Ian.
Alright, so moving on though. Can you see yourself playing in 3 to 5 years' time if the game continues to follow a similar path that it has done over the last 2.5 years? Trance?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'd play in 3 to 5 years' time, no matter what, honestly. So, if they didn't take the same path.
I could definitely see myself playing in 3 to 5 years. Obviously, depending on my life situation, because I can't really predict the future, I might end up getting a badass job where I have to work loads of hours and then run shit. But I love RuneScape. The only way I'm ever going to quit RuneScape is if it quits me, so...
Hey.
Yeah?
What about you, Ace?
Oh,
I know you're hitting the casino 3 to 5 years from now. Are you still hitting that login button, though?
It depends on if A, I had a girlfriend, B, I had other shit, or C, I was fucking so in debt that I had to get a job that I couldn't log in. My computer was taken away, maybe, I don't know.
You're 26 years old. I hope no one's taking away your laptop.
I would have had to sell the computer for foods. Come on now.
Oh, shit.
You never know.
As much as I would love to say no, because in real life it's taken over, I still think it'll always weasel its way into using up some of my free time, regardless of my in real life position.
You never fully quit. My quits, I've quit like 3 or 4 times, all to being cleaned at the duel arena, and I found my way back within like a year and a half or 2 years.
I get a full-time job and a wife and kids and everything. I'm sure I'd still have at least some time to invest into the game if I really wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, 3 years I'll be married. No kid, though. Pull-out game, too strong. I think I'll still definitely be playing 3 years from now. 5 years from now, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to be able to play like 50 to 60 hours a week for the next year. Not sure how much I'll be able to play starting in September of next year, but, you know, I mean, until the point where I'm married with kids, I think I'll be good, just as long as I can continue to have some free time. But I think when I get a kid, I'll probably start looking at it like, all right, need to shift focus.
Okay, so I'm not sure because I can't like predict how my future will be. I have no idea what I will be, what I will do, or whenever I finish school. And I really do enjoy this game. It may just be an addiction, but I also enjoy that addiction. So it's very possible that I will play in like 3-5 years, but only time will tell. I'm not really sure.
Do you think you guys will be playing in your 30s?
Oh no, I'm
Depends
close.
what's left to do.
Excluding Ace, excluding Ace.
Scary to think about too. Don't rush me. Don't fucking rush me, you bitch.
That'll be scary to play it. Like I don't think I'd be mad, but that I don't know. Like I started playing way back in the day when I was like 13. So if I still kept playing when I was 30, that'd be ridiculous. 200 mil all by then? Yeah, I mean, I expect most of us would be by that time. But yeah, I mean, I for sure see myself playing in 3. Not sure about 5. Next question is, Randy and Trance, you guys recently got new mics. Which mics did you guys get?
Oh, I got a Samsung Meteor.
Alright, I got a HyperX Cloud 2. Really pleased with this so far. Very comfortable. Just everything about it is good. And I think it's a lot better than the old mic, both in terms of quality and comfort. And if I scream, it picks that up better than the old mic did. But very pleased with this shit. HyperX Cloud 2. If you don't have it and you're looking for a mic, or I'm sorry, if you're looking for a mic, you need to get it. It is the one. I had like a spreadsheet of headsets that I looked at. I had 9 different headsets that originally caught my eye, and kind of watched like reviews of each and every one of them. And then I also looked at like some mic tests, and I came to the conclusion that the HyperX Cloud 2 is the best for me. A lot of things that I like about this is that it is very fucking versatile. It can be used on like a PS4, Xbox. You can plug it into your iPhone as well, and that to me is very fucking good. I've already used it when I went out the other day and had to do some shit. Just had the headphones with me. That was nice. I do plan at some point in the future, after I have all the Bibles banked, to play like Xbox for maybe like 2 or 3 hours a day while like AFKing on RuneScape, perhaps like fishing, woodcutting, or something like that. So I guess that was also like an investment for the future as well. But very fucking versatile. Love it. Great quality. HyperX Cloud 2. How much are they? They're not paying me. I'm just saying that this shit is nice. All right. Next is what level of physical condition are you in? Do you ever make time to work out?
Uh-oh.
I don't really work out. I don't enjoy it, but I do usually walk like 4 hours a week. But now that it's Fantasy HP League, I want to be working out or taking walks. And and I was like 234 pounds like in early June, and now 4 months later I'm 186 pounds, so I've lost 48 pounds.
That's some really good shit.
Yeah, but I'm still a bit shabby, but I'm working on it.
I say I'm in fine physical condition. I guess in a couple weeks, I think it's the 2nd week of November, I had to take a physical test for a police department that I in the process of applying for. The first thing that we had to do was take like a written test, and I passed that. It was like 10 was passing, or it was like 10 or 11 is passing, and 18 was a perfect score, and I got a 15 on it. So I'll be taking a physical test then. I guess that'll be a good way of evaluating myself. I feel like I'm in fine physical condition. Uh, during the summer, I made a point to work out like 3 times a week. During the school year here, I've been slacking off a lot more, and I've been able to maintain my weight now. I'm 190 pounds, but I like it. Like where I'm at.
I don't work out. I think I'm in alright physical shape. I weigh like 150 and I'm 6 foot tall. I I know for a fact that at one point I weighed like 164, like a year and a half ago. I don't know how I lost weight, but I did.
RuneScape.
RuneScape and saltines only.
Yes.
Yeah, my physical conditions like just getting worse as my EHP goes up. To be honest.
Deteriorating.
Yeah, deteriorate. That would probably be the better word. But yeah, I did the whole thing last Christmas actually, where I was just like, okay, after Christmas, we're gonna get ourselves a gym membership.
Hey,
gonna
new
do
year,
this.
new me.
Yeah, exactly. I did all that shit. Lasted about a month, and then that was it. I was just like, fuck this gym shit. It's just a bunch of poncy guys looking in the mirror, thinking how fucking hench they were. But I still like to cycle, but I just don't do it enough. I'm starting to like the love handles though, and the titties are growing quite well, so I might actually start streaming soon. So hit me up, guys. But yeah,
Hey, you got the sick nerd voice going too. You could, you
dude, I
gotta.
can do this. I can
You
make
guys could do a
it.
duo stream. One you play RuneScape, one you play H1Z1.
Down wood cutting as well. I could do a low cut top, no shots fired at all. But yeah, that's about it.
I think I'm in okay physical condition. I mean, I don't gain weight. It just doesn't happen. Won't ever happen. Don't know why. It's been like this for like 15 years. So yeah.
You've been the same weight since you were 11.
No, but I mean, I just don't really gain weight. I mean, I've maybe gained like 15 pounds since 11.
Holy shit!
15, 20 pounds. I don't know. I don't remember how much I weighed.
You had to have been a fat fucking 11-year-old, dude.
No, maybe then that's wrong. I don't know.
Going off what Abyss said about the whole Christmas thing, around this time last year I was about 236 pounds and I got on a diet for the majority of this year and now I'm down to like 190 or something. I'm still a bit chubby though. I was trying to get it down a bit more, but food is just too good.
Co-op meal
Food
deals,
is amazing.
£3.25.
Alright. Alright, next question I guess is also more real life related. It says unemployed, school, university, occupation. At which one of these are you currently and where do you hope to see yourself in 3 years? Currently, well, I'm gonna assume this is some motherfucker from Europe who submitted this because for you guys, I'm in what one would consider university. I'll be graduating in May. I work part-time right now, so that's kind of my ordeal. 3 years time, I'd like to be an officer, just a basic ass patrol officer, working literally I don't give a fuck where, as long as it well, I guess I really don't give a shit where. That's about it.
Yeah, currently I'm working in just like a convenience shop slash like low-key supermarket where I see myself in 3 years' time, hopefully in a warm room with a computer and internet connection, making some fucking gains. That's about it, really. I don't really have any aspirations at the moment. I don't know what I want to do as a career. As long as I'm making money and can pay the bills, that's the main thing. Keep a roof over my head, because I don't particularly fancy a cardboard box as a house. Can't really get good internet there. About it?
So I guess I'll take online classes, and I guess you could say I'm like somewhat self-employed.
And where do you see yourself in 3 years?
I don't know. I'm not very Not very ambitious. 3 years is a long time. Like 3 years ago, I would never think I'd be in this position. So it's impossible for me to predict where I'll be in 3 years. About that, too long term for me.
Yeah, for me as well, I think 3 years is way too far to look ahead. But right now I'm in school and I have like 35 hours of school every week. And I will be done with school next year. And after that, I'm not really sure. I will maybe try to find like a part-time job. But I'm not planning to go to university because I really do not like school. Maybe later, we'll see.
I'm unemployed, and in 3 years I currently hope to be
No. You're
You're
an
self-employed.
amateur poker player.
amateur poker player. And in 3 years I hope to be doing this same thing.
What do you call it? Where you go what are you talking about doing? Where you go to storage unit? Your /storage unit again.
Storage
I don't do
hunter.
that though.
He was thinking about it.
That was like, that's never gonna happen. Unless I win the lottery, I can go mess around with that, but it's not happening.
Fucking guy's name in chat. I can't even say that.
Oh, shit.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, but in 3 years I hope to be still playing this game, 600 mil XP, and smithing hopefully. Having a golden anvil award from Jagex.
Golden
a fucking
anvil.
anvil bed that I bang mad bitches on. Let's fucking go. Get at me.
As for me, I'm like a mix of a few of the answers already mentioned. I graduated what Americans would call high school. In the UK it's sixth form or college. This year I've decided to defer from university rather than going straight away because I absolutely despise school. And sort of working part-time at the moment and slowly making the transition to going full-time. Emphasis on the slowly. 3 years is way too far ahead for me to look, but if I do end up getting bullied into going to university by my parents, then I guess I'll be doing that.
Alright, so we're starting to run out of questions here, so if anyone in the chat is interested in adding anything, any topic suggestion or something like that to the chat, feel free to, and we will answer some of the good ones that we see, so go ahead, post away. So first one that we got here is, what are your guys' thoughts on alternate accounts flowering / splashing in Deadman mode? As a way to protect yourself. Yeah. What do you guys think about that?
So that's pretty much what a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but there are some people that are doing that already. Like using alt accounts to splash on yourself while you're hunting black chains. And I guess people will do that in Deadman, and it's even more detrimental for Deadman mode because it's PvP like on all the worlds and everywhere. I'm not sure how Jagex should address this issue because it's definitely an issue, but I'm not sure how they can do it because like they already banned mules, I think, didn't they?
Yeah, that's what they said.
So this would be like a version.
But alts are illegal.
Yeah, but like but are they allowed to transfer between the alts?
Apparently.
Yeah, I think that's kind of an issue. And the same with this one because, well, it's basically not Deadman mode if you're safe all the time because you have an alt attacking you.
Do you think it should be a bannable offense?
It depends on the severity, I guess.
Just like Iron Man, just defeats the point of it, the spirit of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I don't. Go on.
you go ahead.
Yeah, I don't really feel that it's going to be too much of an issue because it's going to be quite difficult for them to do. Because they were saying about it in the stream, weren't they, in the Q&A? Because I actually watched the Deadman one in the end. They were saying about flowers and splashing and that they touched on it, saying that with the logout timer, etc., and you always have to be moving with it. So it'd be quite difficult to consistently do, especially if somebody's just not going to get off your ass, basically. If somebody could pull it off, I think fair game to them, like, because it'd be difficult. But it would obviously fall under the whole alts thing, which they said they're pretty much strongly against. Well, mules, but that's going to fall under that category in the end anyway. Otherwise, it's creating more grey areas, like we said earlier.
I
Yeah.
think I'd be okay if it was a bannable offense. I mean, I guess it would depend on like what kind of way they're gonna have like the anti-PKing thing, because that's the only reason why it works the way it does. With the whole thing of getting like not being able to have your alt attacked, because I mean you could actually like switch between your accounts, like splashing on your alt as it splashes on you while you train Hunter or something like that. You would just have to click often enough between the two. Really goes against it. I don't like it. All right. What is your opinion on the poll failing for blessed Dragonhide chaps being one defense?
Who did this question come from? I forget his name.
I don't keep up with the chat enough to see.
Oh, okay.
Probably not best to mention it.
But what is your opinion, Trance?
I could not possibly care less.
It's
Amen.
Yeah, I would say agreed above.
hey, you shouldn't get the bonuses that blessed D'Hide chaps have if you're gonna restrict what your account can do. If you're not happy with it, get the defense level for the blessed.
Yeah, I think that they just got all a bit too butthurt about it, but obviously, like you said, they've restricted their accounts for a reason. They know it's going to be slightly more difficult making a one defense pure, and it should stay that way. It shouldn't be made any easier in any way whatsoever. Just given that prep bonus would actually make a fair amount of difference in some respects of it, like just general training and etc. Because you're going to be using less prayer pots. It's going to be because they're limited to like 52 prayer, aren't they, at max as a defense pure?
Yeah.
But it's not really too big of a deal. They've got everything they need as it is, and it's just...
I don't think a single poll that has been related to peers has ever passed. You know, dating back to like the should peers be able to go back from Monkey Madness? Should contact or whatever? What was that one quest that gave like 80 defense XP? Which if you had 0, wouldn't even get you level 2 defense. Just like things like that. Like I don't think anything.
It was stuff to do with like myth gloves and stuff, wasn't there? I thought as well.
Letting myth
You
gloves be like pretty much they would let peers get addy, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like the community really seems to be very against anything that is peer friendly or that is geared towards being peer friendly. All right, who do you guys think will win? If you've looked into it enough, who do you think will win Fantasy EHP, the title?
Me, because I've had the roughest start. Usually people with the roughest start usually come out on top.
Keep telling yourself that.
I'm just gonna be biased.
At least you're not lacking confidence.
Confidence is a big motivational. Plus, I
Honestly-
started myself.
honestly, I think I got a good shot. I think my squad's really strong. I think we are gonna have a pretty
Strong
good
season.
winning record, and I think we got a good shot at winning the playoffs. So, hashtag Team Trance.
Yeah, I think that Pano is gonna win. I think he's got the best team. Uh, I mean, I think Lynx obviously is
One
huge,
trick
but
pony. One trick pony.
believe he has Jace on his team. Jace is
Here's the
gonna
thing. I look
get.
at his team.
Jace has never quit RuneScape and has been doing 70-hour weeks for years. That is, you can count on that. You can also count on
Andrew.
adequate in-season management to acquire players that he needs. He also has Andrew Wiggins.
He doesn't have anybody less than 60 HP this previous week that I've looked. That he's starting.
I believe he has the best team, and I believe it's geared towards long-term success. I think he's gonna have the best record. I think he's gonna win it. We've yet to begin week 1, which starts
48 minutes.
Yeah, it starts in 48 minutes. But I'll call it now. 30 weeks before it happens, Pano will win Fantasy EHP.
We should put like we should have a thing of who we think's gonna actually win it. Like first, second, third, fourth.
Well, too early to tell. All right. What player do you guys think gets less credit for what he does? Like, the least amount of credit for what he does that you can think of? Trickool?
No one really comes to mind.
Link's Titan, because they didn't freaking know who he was on old school.
That's a good point.
That's
How
his
do you
own
not know?
fault. He chooses to be extremely secretive about it despite everybody knowing who he is.
What?
He goes out of his way to be secretive even though everybody knows who he is.
Yes, but the team doesn't know, which is the question. What player do you think gets less credit for what he does?
I gotta give it to Cap King, hands down. No one else is even close. Like, Cap King easily does not get enough credit for what he does day in and day out on the grind his way.
I don't know. I
By
think
making-
go on, mate.
No, go ahead, don't worry.
I think Astral doesn't really get that much recognition. I know he went off for quite a while, but like the general game community probably don't even know who he is. And I think he does deserve like just a lot more respect in the game for what he's accomplished. Especially obviously with mining, and he's doing very well with agility. Obviously agility is not that hard to do, but he says he's going to do something and he does it. That's what I like about it. But he definitely deserves a lot more respect.
I'm also saying no one perfect because like if you look outside of like the high level community, not really many people are gonna look at it and say, oh, rank 2 runecrafting, great guy, deserves all the respect and credit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he doesn't get enough credit, I don't think. I don't know, those Cap King and no one perfect for me. All right. Next question is, do you guys think skilling pets will affect skilling in a good or bad way?
For most people, we're just gonna get him passively. You know,
Just gonna
I'll just get pets doing what I would do normally.
Yeah. What were you
But
gonna say, Oslo?
some people will go out of the way for him.
Well, I didn't even vote for that poll. I really don't care about them. But I guess it's cool for those that are going for all pets, and yeah, I don't really have much of an opinion on it, but I think it will affect it like good in some way.
Ace?
Yeah, I feel. Do you want me to go?
No, go ahead. Just go
Oh,
ahead.
I-
Go ahead.
I think skilling pets are it's whatever. But whatever will happen will happen. I mean, not a bad thing.
Thanks, Ace.
Well,
Whatever
Very
happened will happen,
insightful.
guys. You heard it here first.
well, you guys messed me up. Shut up. Stop
Messed
picking
you
on me.
up? There
Nobody-
was a fucking order. How'd you get messed up?
I didn't fucking
Yeah,
Abyss
man.
jumped me fucking off the dock. He should have just pushed me while I was there.
Stop. Don't be so passive.
Yeah, I believe it will have a positive effect on skilling as a whole because, like, I'm not too bothered about pets personally, but I feel that a lot of players in the game, like, are quite happy to put off skilling and say, oh, I hate doing that, I hate doing this. But now they've got a bit more of an incentive to go out and do it for these little floppy things flying behind them or just walking behind them. They might think, oh yeah, I'm going to try this out, and they might actually learn to love it and have a bit more respect for the people that do sit slaving away grinding skills. And they may come to love it just as much as we do. So it'd be nice to give people a bit better perspective on skilling as a whole. I know it's only a few gathering skills at the moment, but like I said, it might just encourage people to do it more.
All right, Trance already answered. I think it's gonna have a good effect on the game, or on skilling. I can't really see how it would be bad. I mean, I'm not gonna care when I eventually get this beaver, but I really don't mind. And I don't think it'll have. I can't think of how it could have a negative effect. So I think overall it's gonna have a good effect. I mean, it'll bring more people to skilling that we otherwise may not have seen. So I think that's good. What about you, Trickle? I know you're very excited for your heron that you're gonna get.
Need to build that thingy for it so I can forget about it in my house.
Menagerie is it
I'm
called?
just gonna neglect it. I think missed the perfect opportunity to have a Magikarp-esque pet.
It'd be amazing
Flopping
just
about
flopping
after you.
around.
Yeah.
What a pet reindeer.
If I only got a reindeer hat, I want a reindeer fucking costume.
Hey, tweet Ash like 11 times about, hey, Mod Mash, can we get a reindeer outfit?
Would you do outfit switches in between fishing picks?
Or I would be tempted.
Shit.
I wonder if yak hide looks anything good with it.
Maybe a little, but think that's pretty much going to be the rest of the podcast. Or yeah, it's gonna pretty much end it. A little over 2.5 hours. Some good shit. We will have our next podcast. Shit. I'll be at a casino that weekend. That'll be my first November 7th and 8th. I'll be going to a casino, celebrate my girlfriend and I's anniversary, 5 years, and we look for the next podcast to be on November 6th. That'll be the next one. If you've made it this far in the YouTube video, comment, fuck Ace. Alright, we out.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!